We will try to simulate the issues that come into view with asynchronous operations. So we have this simple array and we can log it. So when we run this, we get the array logged. Now let's create a simple function that returns the passed argument to it. So it will be function f. It will take an x parameter and return it. Actually, let's rename this to something more descriptive. Let's call it getData, and the parameter will be called data, and it will return that data. And let's also add a console log that will say getting data. And then let's call this getData function and pass the array r as its argument, and also assign its return to a variable which will be a result. We can call it res. And finally log this result. Let's type here res is. Now when we run this, the function gets called, the log is displayed, and then the data is passed and displayed without a problem. Now let's change this function in order to simulate an asynchronous operation. To achieve this, we will use a timeout, so the new function will be called fetchData, and it will log fetching data, and we will put the return inside a timeout. So this will take a function, and let's move this return inside the function body, and also pass a delay of, say, for example, 3 seconds to the timeout. So this is 3000 milliseconds. And then we will call fetchData. And now let's run this, and we get the log, and then we get that the result is undefined. This is because when we call fetchData, the fetching data log is called, then the setTimeout is called, but the contained code in the timeout, which is the return that we want, will be delayed for 3 seconds. So the code execution proceeds to the log of the result, which is not yet defined, since the data return has not happened yet, so we get that res is undefined. This is the problem we have to figure out a way to manage, and this is where callbacks come to the rescue.